Men's 5,000 meter final. Moses Kiptanoi, the world record holder, he's already got his gold in his Mercedes-Benz. Captured the 3,000 meter steeplechase. There's the American Bob Kennedy being given an outside chance to medal in this elite international field. Dieter Baumann of Germany is the Olympic champion, trained by his wife, Greg, and there are some wonderful stories in here as they set sail.
And we take a look at Bob Kennedy. He'd have to run the race of his life to get a medal here. But he's in many ways changed his life to try to make that possible. Has spent the entire summer living in Teddington, England, suburb of London, with the Kenyans, including some of the Kenyans in this race with whom he has trained and run on a regular basis. He says it's demystified them and given him the belief that he can run with anybody in the world.
Two of the Kenyans are in this field, correct?
Ismail Kirui, the defending champion, is in this field, as is a newcomer to these ranks, Shem Karoria, who at age 22 burst on the scene in Kenya earlier this season, had to come to Europe to get a qualifying time. Did that in great fashion by running 13:02.8 in Stockholm earlier this season, and this race has begun at a crawling pace, Brent.
That's Bekila of Ethiopia stepping out first there, Craig.
Two Ethiopians in the race, two Kenyans, and three Moroccans. Those countries, as we've seen in recent years, dominating the middle distance and distance races. Already, Haile Gebrselassie has won the 10,000 meters for Ethiopia here. Bob Kennedy well placed in second. You mentioned earlier, Brent, about the fact that it's 20 years since the death of Steve Prefontaine, who at the 1972 Olympics ran a brave race trying to win the gold medal. 3 times he attacked. In the last lap, was not able to get a medal, fell back to 4th place. 20 years ago, he died tragically in a car crash, and Kennedy says that Prefontaine's aggressiveness, his tenacity, the way he would lay it on a line is an inspiration to him.
Bob Kennedy still right there. Bekila of Ethiopia, and again, they seem to be crawling. Craig, is that true?
Brent, I think we could jump down there and be competitive at this pace. Very slow, which of course will open it up to big moves being made by someone trying to break it open, and possibly to a big kick at the end.
World record 12:55.30 seems perfectly safe, but you never know. We're going to take a break, and we'll have more of the men's 5,000 meters. Is taking it out here with Bekila of Ethiopia trailing him in second.
Ismail Kirui is putting on a clinic on how to torture people on a running track. They started by running 70-second laps, 69-second laps. Now they're throwing in 61-second laps. Here's one at 62. That back and forth is just torture on the mind and the body.
Bob Kennedy, you could see him back in the middle of the pack along with Baumann of Germany also there. And Dwight Stones, what's happening with Amy Aiken?
9 feet 5 inches, and he's still in the lead. The big check has not come back on him yet.
And Craig, what's happening here in 5,000 meters?
Well, the back and forth continues as Werku Bekila, the 4th fastest ever at this distance from Ethiopia, has taken the lead. Although right alongside him you see Ismail Kirui, the defending champion. Kirui now edging into the lead. Kirui is a cousin of Moses Kiptanoi, the world record holder in this event and the winner of the steeplechase here. He has shown his ability to be able to take the lead, push the pace, wear the others out, and sprint away at the end.
4 inside of 4 laps for the men's 5,000 meters. We will continue here on ABC at the World Championships in lovely Gothenburg, Sweden in just a moment.
It's just down to Kenyans, Moroccans, and then one Ethiopian at this point, Brent. The leader continues to be Ismail Kirui, just as he did, and you see him checking the video screen to see who's left, who he's running against at this point. You want to know why these guys can withstand the tough conditions that they've set for themselves here. When you're in the Kenyan Army, as Kirui is, you have to do 3 workouts a day. You run 30 minutes at 6 a.m., you do a track workout at 10 a.m., then you can take it easy for a little while. At 4 p.m., you do what they call their slow workouts. All of this at 6,000 or 7,000 feet altitude. They live in tents, no running water, no heat, no electricity. Compared to that, running this race seems easy. but it's going to be a tough last lap. The guy I've liked all season, is the man who's in third place right now on the outside, Ismail Sagir from Morocco. Untouted before this season, he's shown real toughness in all his races, and he's run more races than the other guys. I think if anyone can make a big move and a surprise move, it may be him. But at this point, anyone could win this race, as Kirui's desperately trying to step it up.
Kennedy, incidentally, has faded back to about 7th place, Craig.
There's Sagir poised on the shoulder of Kirui. Kirui running well, and watch Kiroria, the tall Kenyan, who's had a good sprint finish in some of the European races.
Here goes the gold medal for Kenya. He comes flashing across, hanging on with the gold. And I believe they also picked off the bronze also.
Lots of credit to Kirui, because he did all the work in that race to keep it going and still comes up with the 56-second last lap. Bob Kennedy coming in not quite ready for this sort of race. Dieter Baumann also trailing.
Now we got to go back here to Dwight, because Schlesny's getting